Great opportunity. It's a fantastic place for growth. We're very optimistic on the region. We've committed a lot of resources here. We see that there's a lot of future growth in the region in a lot of different market areas. Well, we have a number of different projects that we're working on, everything from institutional projects like healthcare related and education related. So we have a new university in Kuwait, which we just started, which is Pate University, which is a new campus in Jahra. We have a new city master plan that we're doing in South Dhahran, which is a new city for 75,000 people. And then throughout the region, we're doing a number of hospitality projects with a bunch of different operators. A lot of different opportunities. So I think in all market sectors, there's a lot of opportunities. Tourism continues to grow, so we see a lot of opportunities for tourism and residential in the commercial sector, but we see a significant amount of opportunities in the institutional section. So a lot of healthcare projects, a lot of education projects, and things which help build the social infrastructure. I think in certain areas, stability. So making sure that there's political stability in certain areas, because even if it maybe doesn't directly affect some of the more stable cities, it does have sort of a ripple effect throughout the region. So making sure that the cities that have countries that have undergone a lot of change and revolution in the past few years are able to emerge and get their economies back, and companies and countries that are growing have the chance to continue growing. So political stability, I think, is the most important. Very important. I think it's a great opportunity to put senior architects in touch with everybody. Well, it's a chance for everybody to come together and talk about what's happening in the region, and to share ideas from a lot of different market sectors, whether it's designers or technical expertise or operators or developers or people in the ministries. I think it's important we all get together at these events and kind of share where we think things are going. A lot of different trends. So I think that in Dubai the expo has a big impact on what's happening here. So you see a lot of changes to the urban fabric in the UAE. I think in Saudi Arabia you're seeing a lot of growth in the institutional markets, but you're also seeing sort of a big growth in the social infrastructure, or in the infrastructure market. So new transit lines in Riyadh and Jeddah, Mecca, Medina, and things like that. The same thing in Qatar. So I think these sort of big urban infrastructure projects are really important, and that has a big effect on everything else. It's a lot of fun. So it's a great place to work. So there's great things happening in the region. It's very diverse, but it's still sort of rooted in its culture and tradition, and I think there's a lot of opportunities in the Middle East compared to elsewhere. I think a lot of changes. So there needs to be a lot of, we're starting to see a lot more equality, and I think this is important. But it has to happen at both the public level as well as the private level. I don't think private companies are doing enough to give equality as they do elsewhere in Europe and North America. And this is something that we're really striving for as a company globally, to make sure that there's equality for everybody. Architecture? It's fun. Architecture kind of bridges a lot of things, It bridges design, it bridges technology, it bridges, economics, real estate development, all of these things. So we're kind of the chefs in the kitchen, right, that have to pull it all together. Well, I think it creates a platform for everybody to talk, and dialogue is always good. So the more sort of platforms you create that people can share ideas and share dialogue. Nobody has all the answers, but whenever we get together and are able to talk about them, or have a publication where people can sort of share ideas through them, this is really what we need to have more of. Absolutely.